That was the introduction to Chet Atkins' arrangement of Mr. Sandman. Now, I'm sure you've heard this in one way or another, be it from actual barbershop quartets or possibly meme cats, whatever. That song is probably one of my absolute favorite Chet Atkins arrangements. It is a masterpiece, but I don't want to just focus on that song today. We're going to be talking about who was Chet Atkins. Now, if you don't know, Chet Atkins' nickname was Mr. Guitar. He was so good, he could go up there by himself, play an entire set, and have entire audiences cheering because of just how masterful he was. Now, we're going to watch one of his videos very shortly, and then I'm going to give you some 5 fun facts about the man himself. Let's talk about Mr. Guitar. Let's talk about Chet Atkins. So, I've pulled up one of my absolute favorite arrangements from Chet Atkins, You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, which is a rearrangement of a jazz standard that he did. Let's go ahead and watch his performance. We're already starting with cheering. Just that introduction alone is gorgeous. I've taken the time to learn it a couple times, and there's some stretches in there that just aren't normal for people. Now we're going to watch a little more. Alright, so the piano solo is a masterpiece of itself, but I just wanted to focus on Chet. I wanted to pause it a couple times, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because of how lovely that playing is. Just the introduction alone, and then he goes into his actual solos. Chet Atkins' vibrato is just underappreciated. That man was a master at so much. I will put the full link to this video in the description. Do yourselves a favor, watch it a couple times at least. Now let's talk about 5 little-known facts from Chet Atkins. Number 1, and probably the most important thing you're going to get out of this video. You want to know how he got so good, how he could sit up there, how he could play multiple parts at once? Well, when Chet Atkins was young, he had asthma very badly. So instead of going out to play sports like other children, he would sit up in his chair because it was needed to breathe. He had to sit up straight in order to breathe, and he would practice guitar until he fell asleep. And he never stopped doing that. This man would practice for hours and hours and hours, and that's how you get good. That's the secret, people. Just practice. Now then, number 2, Chet Atkins, those guitars he played, those big, fancy, hollow body Gretsches, those were made for him. That is the equivalent of Les Paul from Gibson. Chet Atkins was for Gretsch what Les Paul was for Gibson. And as soon as the quality started going down from Gretsch, Chet Atkins actually switched to Gibson, and that's why you'll find a couple country gentlemen Gibson and a couple country gentleman from Gretsch, and he just kept improving. He gave recommendations. Those guitars were his. Now, number 3, Chet Atkins was one of the most well-known producers in Nashville to come out for just about all time. He is the main founder of the Nashville sound. He actually inspired and signed some of the biggest acts that came out of country music, as well as started a whole sound based on what he did. The Nashville sound is thanks to Chet Atkins. Number 4, Chet Atkins had a great sense of humor. Like, if you watched any of his live performances, you can find them all over YouTube as well. He's always joking around with the audience. He's always making little comments that are hilarious to me. You know, like, if you watch a live performance he does of Mr. Sandman, he'll stop and he'll sing, "Mr. Sandman, bring me some sand," you know, just as a joke. People laugh. Or if you watch, just watch some of his videos. This guy is hilarious, and he just doesn't take himself too seriously. Now, one more thing. He grew up in the Great Depression. He was so poor, everybody around him was so poor. He used to take strings that he made from the screen door and put it on his guitar because they couldn't afford new strings. And that is 5 fun facts about Chet Atkins. At least I hope that was 5. We'll find out in post. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Richard Durazo. If you enjoy this content and if you would like to see this treatment of another guitar player or another musician, leave a comment of who it is. Basically, on Thursdays, I like to talk about a musician I feel you all should know. On Sundays, I like to do a gospel video. If you watch on Sundays, you'll see those. And on Tuesdays, I just do whatever I feel like. So thank you so much for joining me. My name is Richard Durazo. I'll see you all again soon.